Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Housewife Rebellion, where I like to share my passion for natural living and homemaking here in the small country of New Zealand. So today I'm going to be doing another cook with me. So the recipe I'm going to be using today I've used quite a few times and it always makes the best cinnamon rolls. I usually tweak it every time I make the cinnamon rolls, so sometimes we'll make the cream cheese frosting, which the recipe calls for, or we will, well, when I say we, I mean I will make a white icing to just drizzle on top. So I think I'm going to go with the white icing today because we don't have cream cheese and it still tastes just as good. So you want to start by heating 1 cup of milk. I'm going to be heating my milk in a pan today because we don't have a microwave. So I'll just put that on a low to medium heat. So once the milk is just warm enough, you don't want it to be hot, you just want it to be lukewarm. You want to add 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. And give that a little stir. So you want to let the milk and the yeast sit for about 5 minutes, and then once 5 minutes is up you can add it to the bowl with the other ingredients in it, and then give it a quick mix with the beater blade. And then once it's done mixing until it's just combined, so you don't want to mix it with the beater blade until it forms a dough, because you're going to then take the beater blade off and put on the dough hook, and that's when you will mix it until it forms a nice sticky dough. So we're going to start off with the beater blade in the mixer, and to that we are going to add 1/3 cup of salted softened butter, 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, about a teaspoon of salt, and 4 cups of flour. It up. So the yeast has been sitting for about 5 minutes now, so I'm going to add it to the mixing bowl, making sure I get all of the yeast that's in the bottom of the cup. Combine that for about 10 seconds. So the dough will look a bit sticky, but that's fine, because now we're going to take all the excess mixture off the beater blade and replace it with the dough hook. And then we'll mix that for a few minutes until it forms a dough. So the dough is going to be really sticky, but don't feel tempted to add more flour to the mixture, because we're going to flour the surface and knead it for a few minutes, and then let it sit for half an hour, and it usually comes together and forms a nice dough. once you've formed your ball of dough, then you can pop it into a greased bowl just like this and cover it with cling wrap and let it sit for 30 minutes for it to rise. So while the dough is rising, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the filling, which is really simple. It's just butter and brown sugar. I had to melt my butter today because I left it in the fridge, but no worries, it will turn out just as fine, I'm sure. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar, and then you can beat those together. If you're watching this, you're probably thinking, how is she making cinnamon rolls without adding the cinnamon? And yeah, I just realized I didn't even add the cinnamon, which is the whole reason they are cinnamon rolls. Sorry, I feel a bit silly right now. So to the brown sugar and butter mixture, you want to add 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. So the dough's finished rising now, so we're going to flour the surface and tip it onto the bench and roll it out into a large rectangle, and then we will put the filling on top and roll it and then cut it into 12 pieces. So I like to start by shaping it into a rectangle first, and then I'll roll it out. So you want to let the cinnamon rolls rise in the pan for another 20 minutes, and while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make the glaze icing. So It's really simple, it's just milk and icing sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of milk to the bowl. And 1.5 cups of icing sugar or confectioner's sugar. And just mix it in like that. So this is what the cinnamon rolls are looking like now. So I'm going to pop them into the oven at 190 degrees Celsius for roughly 20 minutes. Enjoyed watching today's YouTube video, and if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, then please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.